Most people think of power in simple terms. Elections decide who leads, and courts decide what is allowed. That creates a balance between political decisions and legal authority, each operating within its own space. But that balance only works when each part of the system maintains a clearly defined role. And that's where things are starting to shift. Because recently, there has been a growing challenge to how much power federal judges should have, not just in theory, but in how they affect policy in real time. At the center of that conversation is a push to redefine what judges can actually control and how far their decisions should reach. Because federal judges don't just interpret laws, they can also block policies before those policies are fully implemented. This often happens through injunctions, where a single ruling can pause or stop an action across the entire country. That's a powerful tool because it allows one decision to have immediate nationwide impact, even before the full legal process plays out. And for years, that authority has been used to challenge policies from both parties. But now, that authority itself is being questioned, specifically whether a single judge should be able to block policy at a national level. Because critics argue that it gives too much power to individual courts, especially when decisions vary across different jurisdictions. That creates a situation where one ruling can halt everything while another ruling allows it to continue, which leads to inconsistency, and inconsistency creates uncertainty, not just for policymakers, but for the public trying to understand what rules actually apply. This is where the argument begins. Should judges have the ability to stop policies nationwide, or should their rulings be limited to the specific cases in front of them? That's the core of the challenge, and it's not just a legal debate, it's a structural one. Because changing that authority would reshape how power moves between courts and elected officials. If nationwide injunctions are limited, policies could move forward more quickly, even while legal challenges continue. That shifts the balance from immediate judicial control to delayed judicial review, which means policy could take effect first and be challenged after, instead of being stopped beforehand. That's a major difference, because timing affects impact. A policy implemented immediately can change systems in real time, even if it's later overturned. And undoing something already in motion is often harder than stopping it early. That's why this debate matters. It's not just about legal theory, it's about how power is applied in practice. Because when the structure changes, the outcomes change with it. And this conversation is happening now because the system is being tested. More challenges, more rulings, more pressure on how decisions are made. And when pressure increases, the structure itself comes into focus. That's what's happening here. Not just a disagreement over policy, but a deeper question about authority. Who gets to stop what and when? Because the answer to that question defines how the system actually works. Not in theory, but in real time. And most people don't see that layer. They see headlines, decisions, and political reactions. But underneath that, there is a structural shift, a redefinition of how power flows between institutions. And once that structure changes, it doesn't just affect one moment, it affects everything that follows. So the real question isn't just why this challenge is happening now, it's what happens next. If the balance of power between courts and policy is redefined, because once that line moves, the system doesn't go back. It moves forward, in a different direction. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button now, and don't forget the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Hit that like button so this video actually reaches more people, and drop a comment below and tell me what stood out to you, or what you want me to test next. And feel free to share this with someone, because the truth spreads, the harder it becomes to ignore what's really going on. Are you ready for the next truth test? Let's go!